We are November 4th. I missed a ton of days, missed like a week. Just kind of doing it as I do it. But here we are, November 4th, reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays, written by Gary Goldschneider and Joyce Elfers. This book, it's about it's astrology. It has 365 personal profile days, profiles on each day of the week. The information is from astrology, tarot, research study that was done with like 14,000 people. What else? Numerology. It's a mix of everything. So today is November 4th, and it is the day of the Provocateur. Day of the Provocateur. Yeah, I can read. Words are hard, but I can still get them. I'll get them. I'll pick them out. All right. So, we break it down. I read a page from the book. I go over some of the numbers and planets, some of the tarot, the health of the person born on this day, advice for the person born on this day, strengths, weaknesses, meditation, etc. Let's get into it. So today, November 4th, it's 11 to 13 degrees Scorpio, second decadent Scorpio, and it's fixed water sign. Day of the Provocateur. Provocateur. It could be a male or female. Okay. Those born on November 4th have a knack for arousing controversy. They are highly stimulating in both word and deed, and in their family and social circle tend to be dominated and valued members. That was incorrect. They are highly stimulating in both word and deed, and in their family and social circles tend to be dominant and valued members. Though many November 4th people assume a conservative, perhaps almost colorless appearance, their charm and wealth of personality becomes apparent in conversation. On first meeting, they usually make a lively yet sincere impression and may not show right away just how provocative they can be. In fact, the longer one knows them, the more one sees that they not only have a talent for stirring up the pot, but also piercing the thickest armor in their personal contacts. Masters at breaching defenses, they usually know exactly where the soft or vulnerable points are. Indeed, once they get rolling, they can be very difficult for anyone, including themselves, to stop. Recognizing their limitations, controlling their energies, becoming more realistic in their goals, and above all, remaining constructive in their outlook is important for them to keep in mind. November 4th people have a fine sense of humor that can be at one time be dry and restrained, and another infectious and hilarious. It is a human and positive attribute that allows them to quickly bridge differences in race, class, or religion. Through a joke and a bit of laughter, they can put people at ease and break the ice in an uncomfortable situation. On the other side, a great deal of trouble understanding the negativity of others. The problem is that they sometimes fail to recognize how serious things have gotten in their own situation and can remain unduly optimistic when prospects are in fact bleak. Nothing wrong with optimism. November 4th people are highly magnetic personalities who not only have a talent for persuasion, but are also adept at ignoring or dexterously parrying criticism directed their way. In their misjudge and receptiveness of their audience, especially since the viewpoints can be quite extreme and their presentation provocative and even upsetting. By thus creating a chaotic situation, they may undercut their own influences. So they come in all provocative, like try to chill out the situation, but them being them, what do? Provocatize it. They get provocatizing. November 4th people love to be served, but usually return the favor by giving at least as much as they get. In fact, they can be overly giving, and others may take advantage of them or come to expect too much. For some November 4th people, the expectations of others can become intolerably heavy after a while, even for the seemingly boundless energy they possess. particularly a woman born on this day, must beware of getting involved with the wrong man. As any woman, men born on this day tend to become indispensable emotionally, perhaps too much so for those close to them, and thus must beware of forced-strained dependence. So they can take advantage of codependent relationships, etc. Here we are, numbers and planets. Those born on the 4th day of the month are ruled by the number 4, builders, and by the planet Uranus. People ruled by the number 4 have their own, often peculiar way of doing things. Uranus indicates sudden changeability and unpredictable action traits that can be magnified in November 4th people. Generally, those ruled by the number 4 are not overly concerned with money, and November 4 people who focus on ideals are no exception. Those ruled by the number 4 are vulnerable to psychological hurt, particularly when it comes to rejection by their group, which they take very hard. The connection of Uranus with the ruler of Scorpio, Pluto, indicates dynamic sexual magnetism. All right, tarot card. 4th card of the major arcana is the Emperor, who rules over worldly things through wisdom and the primary source of his power. Wisdom, primary source of his power. The Emperor is stable and wise. The force of his authority cannot be questioned. The positive associations of this card are strong willpower, steadfast energy. Negative indications include stubbornness, tyranny, even brutality. Beasts. All right, health and number 4 people. November 4 people. November 4 people. In attracting a wide range of energy to themselves can put a strain on their psychological and physical reserves. It is therefore important for them to limit their responsibilities and escape to a quiet home or vacation hideaway regularly. Those born on this day tend to disregard symptoms of bad health, often because they are taking up with the concerns of others. They must take at least basic precautions to protect themselves from contagious diseases. It is difficult for many November 4th people to discipline their diet, since their passion for food can lead to cravings and binges. Weight control is a particular problem for women born on this day. Exercise is a greater part of the solution. All right, advice. Adapt a more neutral stance toward life, which is, being a Scorpio, that's kind of a hard thing to do. Scorpios go black, they go white. To be neutral, lukewarm, is not easily done. Adapt a more neutral stance toward life. Work quietly and keep your emotions under control.